They demanded I remove my fence, so I cut off their water instead. I'm Jake Wilson, 42, civil engineer, owning a ranch 10 miles east of Limon, Colorado, dry country where my grandfather drilled a well in 1998, 320 feet deep, cost $18,000. The HOA formed 6 years later when developers built 240 homes around my property, and I let them run a pipeline across my land because it seemed neighborly. They said they'd tap into city water eventually, but never did. Last March, I got a certified letter from Greenfield Management claiming my fence blocked access to community water infrastructure and demanding I remove it in 30 days, or they'd bulldoze it. I walked my fence line, found their pipeline, followed it to my well, not theirs, and realized they'd been using my water for 18 years without asking, without paying. I pulled my 1998 property deed with well permit attached, checked county records, found no easement, no agreement, nothing. They were stealing 3,200 gallons daily, which at commercial rates meant $3,200 monthly, times 18 years. That's $685,000 of my water. I installed an industrial shutoff valve with a padlock and sent them a certified letter explaining they'd been trespassing, attached my deed, well permit, and survey, giving them two options: remove your pipeline in 30 days or negotiate a lease. Russell Davis, the HOA president, called at 6 a.m. threatening to sue, saying 240 families needed that water. Their lawyer, Gregory Walsh, tried intimidation, but I told him to check county records himself. He called back quieter, saying we need to talk. The HOA held an emergency meeting, and I brought my contractor's estimate for drilling a new well, $28,000 minimum, 8 months minimum. Walsh knew they had no case, and Davis knew his community would riot without water. Davis offered $500 monthly, but I reminded him about the $685,000. We settled on $2,800 monthly for 20 years, plus $57,000 up front. The contract has teeth. Miss one payment and I shut the valve within 48 hours, meaning they'd truck in water at $600 per load. Month 4, Davis skipped payment, so I locked the valve at 7 a.m. By noon, 240 families stood in driveways with plastic jugs waiting for emergency water trucks costing $3,800 per delivery. Residents screamed at Davis in the street, calling the board incompetent criminals who'd rather play games than keep water on. Payment cleared by 3 p.m. Now I get $2,800 monthly for 20 years, $672,000 total, and I control the valve. The fence stays exactly where it is. Drop a comment if you think water rights beat HOA power every time.